Hey, my name's Andrew, and in this video I will be talking about my desk setup. I've always enjoyed watching other people's desk setup reviews and found it kind of therapeutic, so I figured I'd make my own now that I actually have one. A little backstory about myself. I never really had one my entire life until halfway through last year. I realized I'm doing a lot more editing, video editing, and I need a space where I can feel creative and I can just edit better. Before I was just using a laptop and I ended up sitting at the kitchen island on a wooden stool or on the couch, just having bad posture. And I realized I'm gonna be doing this a lot. I need to have a space where I can have better posture. I can feel like I'm sitting up more. I can feel like the space is creative and just let my creative juices flow. And as we'll get into later in the video, it's a setup where I can do some editing and a little bit of gaming on the occasion. And it's also just a great looking background in all my videos. So we're gonna dive into the video. Links for all the products will be in the description below. I'm gonna try to list as many of them as I can. And yeah, let's dive into the video.
All right, to start the tour off, I am using an IKEA desk and chair, and I bought these a while back just because I needed a desk and a chair. And now fast forward to today, I probably wouldn't pick both of these options because I think there's a lot better options out there, more ergonomic chairs and better desks. Both the desk and chair I got from IKEA work well enough, so I didn't feel like buying anything else. Now the monitor that I'm using, I was actually gifted, so I'm not even sure which monitor it is. I think it's an HP monitor, and it does its job. And I would say the big thing is just having a bigger screen. If you're used to using a laptop screen, having a big, like 27-inch monitor screen really makes a big difference. So I would highly recommend anybody out there, if you're using a laptop, just getting a monitor and a dock station. Having a monitor will change your workflow because it's so much easier to see what you're working on. Yeah, I'm really happy with this monitor, but I'm not really sure all the specs on it. It's pretty nice though. Now onto some accessories on the desk setup that I'm really excited about. The first one is the keyboard. If you've never used a mechanical keyboard, they will change your life. They're super fun to use, really tacky mechanical sounding, and I really like this one from Keychron. This is the Keychron K6. It's a 65% compact mechanical keyboard, and yeah, I love this thing. It's really well built. It's got like an aluminum railing around it. I know some keyboards are pretty darn expensive, but this one, I think when I bought it, was about $60, and it's a Bluetooth keyboard. It connects right away, and the battery life is pretty good on it too, and I just really enjoy using this mechanical keyboard. All right, the next accessory, I'm used to using a trackpad on my laptop, so I think it just made sense for me, rather than getting a mouse, to use a trackpad. And I didn't want to skimp out and get like a cheap one, so I went and caved and bought an Apple Magic trackpad. This was $100. I don't know, for some people maybe it's not worth it, but I really like using the trackpad, and I'm really glad that I didn't cheap out and buy some aftermarket one, because this one from Apple is really responsive. It pairs instantly. It's got good battery life. The next accessory that kind of tied the keyboard and trackpad together is this just really cheap felt desk pad. It was $8, and I think it looks really nice with the setup. Kind of ties everything together, like I said. So not much more to say about that. The next accessory, I'd highly recommend this one. This is a dual monitor stand, and man, when I was looking at monitor stands, there's a lot of really high-end expensive monitor stands, like hundreds of dollars, especially for the one that I was looking for, which is exactly the one that I got here. This one was only $60, and it's not maybe the most premium wood, but it's definitely really good quality. It looks really nice and it functions really well, and I was super excited when I found it and it was only $60. This is the dual monitor stand, so it's extra wide, and it's just perfect for all the other things that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, but just the speakers, the switch, just having everything on top of the monitor stand just really ties everything together, and it looks really nice. So yeah, if there's one thing I would really highly recommend, it is this monitor stand. All right, next is a monitor light bar. These things are super nice at like just kind of lighting up your desk, and this one was only $40. It comes with a little remote. You can change 3 different light modes on it. There's a cool mode and a warm mode, but I use the kind of neutral middle. mode, which is like the most natural colored. So I think I looked at a lot of them, and I'd definitely recommend this one. It was only 40 bucks. All right, up next, there's a lot of different speaker options out there, but I went with a pretty cheap option, and I have no regrets. This is the Creative Pebble 2.0 USB speaker, and maybe they're not the most high end, but I think they actually sound really nice, and they're only coming in at $18. I know you can rack up a big expensive set and they're going to sound a lot better, but you know, those are going to be in the hundreds where this is only $18. So, and like I said, they work really well. Anytime I'm gaming or editing, it's just nice to have a set of monitor speakers, and these do the job. Now, the desk setup here, as you can tell watching the B-roll here, setup that I'm using my laptop docked at, and I can do video editing. That's the main kind of work that I do. And so for video editing, this setup is really nice, but I have a Nintendo Switch, and it's nice to every now and then just de-stress and do a little bit of gaming. So I actually came up with this pretty cool setup where I can switch between the laptop and the Switch, and in order to do that, I didn't feel like unplugging and plugging things in every time I wanted to do that. So I bought this audio switcher, and it basically has two ports where you can plug in your two different devices, being my laptop and my Switch. So they plug into the box, and then in the output goes to these speakers. And so it's really easy. I just hit a button and it switches between the two devices. And same with the screen. I bought a HDMI switcher. With a push of a button, you can switch between the two displays. So the audio switcher was $22 and the HDMI splitter was only $13. And I can't express how nice it is to just be able to hit two buttons and I can switch from, you know, work mode to game mode or vice versa. And that just makes the workflow and gaming just so much nicer. Now, the one accessory I did get for the Switch is a controller by 8BitDo. I'm not really sure how to pronounce the name, but 8BitDo Pro Bluetooth controller. This is super nice if you have a Nintendo Switch and you dock it. This controller is really nice for gaming. But yeah, this controller that comes in 3 different color options. I kind of went with a more retro color, but it's a $50 controller and it's really good quality. So that's kind of like a little bonus accessory. But yeah, and then, you know, other little trinkets that kind of personalize it. I have the Canon QL17G3 and a little Lego Mandalorian and a little plant. That's fake, obviously, but yeah. So that's probably all the accessories that are worth mentioning. I think my favorite part is just being able to switch from gaming to work and having a spot where I can do unboxings and all that. Just having a nice creative space. I can't overstate how nice that is.
So that is my desk setup. If there are any products that you're like, I have to get that, be sure to check out the description because I have links for all the products and it helps my channel out. So if you guys did enjoy this video, drop a like. It helps other people find it. And if you want to watch videos about gear reviews and how-tos and all that good stuff, be sure to subscribe. And if you do, I'll see you in the next video.